Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's stop that. Pause that. We don't want no strikes from these YouTube folks, okay? Let me jump back over here. Let me play something that I can play. I was jamming though, for real. You stop my jam, stop my groove, but it's all good. It's a mission at hand. Okay, so let me just play a little something for y'all. Listen, this YouTube, this is copyright music, okay? So that's my disclaimer, alright? But I'm gonna play some copyright music for y'all because that is all YouTube will allow me to play. I don't have enough subscribers to play anything yet, which is kind of weird to me, right? Because until you have, I guess, over 1,000 subscribers, or I'm not sure how many, but until you have over 1,000 subscribers, you can't play any commercial music, right? You can't play no up-to-date artists or, you know, whatever have you. But once I get in thousands, then I'm allowed to play basically whatever I want to play as I'm seeing or hearing on other folks' channel. But you know, we ain't mad. I'ma respect the YouTube policies and rules, okay, because I'm in your house right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and play some of this good old loft music, okay? Let me hit that. First things first, let me turn it down. Let's turn it down so you can hear me and not the music, right? So make sure the little mic is on, my little Walmart mic. Don't be laughing at me. I told y'all I got a better mic, which I just dug out the basement, but I got to check it and see if it works good. But I hope y'all can hear me well, family. I hope everybody can hear me. So let me go ahead and drink some tea before I begin. Oh, wait a minute. This is coffee. I thought I had some tea. That's what I was planning on, making me some tea, but I gotta drink this coffee first. Alright. So, what is happening, family? What is happening? It is 9/29 on a Saturn's Day. Yes. If you don't know, that is where the word Saturday comes from. It is a Saturn's Day. Okay? So, welcome back, one and all. Welcome back, my brothers, my beautiful, beloved brothers and sisters. Those of you that come with the love in your heart, that is. And for anybody else watching this video, you as well, come in my house with love in your heart, because if you don't come and you come wrong, just like that sign on my door of my home says, check your energy before you come in my shit. Straight up. Okay? And so with that, welcome back, one and all. Welcome back for another episode of
Are You Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Must learn. Oh yeah, because you must learn. We all must learn. Now, this is going to be part 2 to getting back to Grandma's house. Retracing our roots. And why do I call it getting back to Grandma's house? Retracing our roots, right? Let me see something here. Let me do something real quick, because I want to start off with this. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to come into my library and I'm going to click on this one for a minute here and put this up on the screen for all eyes to see. Now, let me turn that down a little bit. So you see here what I have on the screen, right? This says the first Americans were African. Documented evidence, photo from Natural History Museum of London. This is written by David Imhotep, Ph.D. So let us say and call him by his name, Dr. David Imhotep, Ph.D. Updated and expanded. Yeah, I gotta go ahead and get that new one. But when we look at a photo like this, most people will look at this, especially for my younger people. You look at a photo like this and you'll immediately say, oh, that's a black man. Some of the younger ones might say that's an African, because you see he got the woolly hair, he's dark skinned, dark hue, and you'll immediately associate him with an African American, right? A black man, an African man. But oh no, this is not an African man. As a matter of fact, let's jump over here real quick. The picture on the cover was taken during the voyage of the HMS Challenger on the 1872 through 1876 voyage, funded by the British government for scientific purposes. This indigenous man's picture was taken at the most southern tip of South America at Terra del Fuego. The expedition is believed to have been the first to carry an official photographer. This picture can be found in London's Natural History Museum today. So what does it say? 1872 to 1876, okay? Let's highlight that real quick. Alright? Funded by the British government. It's funny to me how these folks always seem to feel as though they have a claim to our lineage, a claim to our ancestry. And they keep it all encased in glass, and you can't touch it because there's security all over that place, and you will go down. Okay, you will go down. Now, so I want to start by reading. So I'm going to read something to you guys from here. This little book right here. Listen to me, people. Get this book if you can find it. Get this book. Okay, I got this book from my sister's shop. Shout out to the family over there at Queen of Sheba. Okay, I'm down here in Delaware, so shout out to them. Alright, and my big sis Nasaktet, and brother Newbie and brother Teti and the whole family over there. Okay, so now let's start off here and read here. Indian land grab. To show proof that this is where I'm reading from. And if I could have, but my big printer is not doing anything right now, so I couldn't scan it and redo up the screen, so I'm reading it straight up from the book. From the very first start of Europe's colonization of America, the invading settlers were begging their British king to destroy the savages at an even faster rate than he already was. King George III's slowness to annihilate the Indians was one of the reasons the founding fathers wanted to separate from England. Their Declaration of Independence calls them the merciless Indian savages. And the early Thanksgiving holidays were actually celebrations of successful racial massacres. So, when you all out there and you celebrating Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving just passed, and I know many of y'all was just getting y'all bellies full on that turkey and that mac and cheese. Listen, I'ma say, my family, they celebrate Thanksgiving. And even though a lot of them will say, oh, well, we ain't celebrating that. We celebrating the gathering of family. But you know what? Listen to me, family. And I want y'all to hear me well, because I've said this before on older videos. You don't have to continue to celebrate on that day, because when you celebrate on that day, you give your energy. You give your energy over to that. You give your energy over to that celebration. You give your energy over to what that day stood for and everything about it. And that's just a fact. It don't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it. You can feel what you want to feel. Now, I do have an uncle. Shouts out to my uncle Rob. He don't play that. He don't celebrate it, and he mean that. So his Thanksgiving family day is what I like to call it. It's celebrated days after, okay? Days after. And that's when he'll have his gathering and do his cooking his food. So delicious, because my Uncle Rob, he get down in the kitchen, y'all. He get down, okay? But yeah. But I have a lot of family that they do that. And you know, even though I myself don't celebrate it, I do go to New York around that time of the year to be with my family, because I know that that's the most time that they get together. Big Mama gone now. Remember, I told y'all in part 1, it used to be a time when Big Mama and them was still around. Every Sunday the family got together. We ain't waiting for no Thanksgiving, we ain't waiting for no Christmas, we ain't waiting for no Easter bunnies, no none of that. We got together every Sunday at Big Mama house, and most of you all can identify with that, because many of us, and I'm speaking for my melanated, copper tone brothers and sisters right now, many of us grew up in that same tradition. Every Sunday you got together at Big Mama's house for that delicious Big Mama dinner. That mac and cheese that nobody could make like Big Mama but Big Mama. That cake from scratch that nobody could bake but Big Mama. And you got to see all your cousins. You pulled out your best clothes, because you knew that this was going to be the time. Yeah, I know Cousin Willie and them, they gonna be down there, man. I'm put these on. I'm gonna put these kicks on right here. I'm gonna put these yeah, we gonna put these kicks on right here. You know, I'm gonna put these I got these brand new Lee jeans. I'm gonna put them on. You know, I'm going back in the days with the Lee jeans, but shoot, I still wear Lee jeans. Okay, kid you not. But yeah, you know, you put your best clothes on to go down to Grandmama's house, because you knew that's where you was gonna see all your kinfolk, man. You was gonna see all your cousins and them, all your aunties and that uncle that's always talking shit. Cause every family got one. It's a quota. Every family got one. You know what I'm saying? And you went down there to see Uncle James and them, and you know, Uncle John and all them cutting up and talking shit, and you know, hang around the back of the house and smoke a little, you know what, chiba, and drink a little, because you know it wasn't no drinking in Big Mama house, and wasn't no smoking in Big Mama house neither. So y'all carry that on around out the back, and that's what you did out of respect for your Big Mama, or you might get a frying pan upside your head, straight like that. But so you know, yeah, man, growing up back in those days, man, listen, that's how we did it. That's how we kept the family together. That's how we kept the story of us going. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a tradition of us, of who we are as a people. You can find that tradition being taught and followed in just about every melanated, copper-colored black folks' home. Okay, and when I say black, I say that for my people that you still identify as black. And I want to make sure that I reach all of you. Okay? So, you know, that's why I entitled this Getting Back to Grandma's House. Retracing our roots, because we got to retrace these roots, man, so we can put together the pieces for the sake of our babies. Listen, I just became a grandma. Okay, I got 2 beautiful girls, twins. Yes, my baby girl, okay, just had 2 beautiful babies. My grandbabies, hope in heaven. You know, Grandma, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Okay, and I'm gonna get down there real soon. I haven't even made it to South Carolina yet, y'all, but that's where my roots are, South Carolina, Georgia. got southern roots. You know, my daddy's side, the Carolinas, my mama's side, Georgia, Alabama, we all through there. You understand what I'm saying? So can't nobody never tell me we ain't got Indian. We ain't got Indian in our family. Can't nobody tell me we ain't got Indian in our blood, because like I said, grandmama, mama, big mama was the one that told you ain't need no piece of paper. Now we do. See, but that's the thing too. If I say I'm an African American, oh, I don't need no paper for that. I don't need no card. I don't need anything. But once I say I'm Native American or Indian, oh, I need a card. I need paper. I need to take a genealogy test and all. Listen, my genealogy test was Big Mama and my great grandmother, because as I said in the first one, I had the pleasure of growing up, the privilege, and it was a privilege. It was my honor to be in her presence. My great grandmother, I'm speaking of, okay, great grandma Johnson, my granddaddy's mother, and I spent every weekend I could with that woman, and I cherish those memories, and I remember what she said. Yeah, we worked the cotton field, and you know we did cropping and sharecropping and things of that nature, but never once did I ever recall this woman saying that we had African blood. We had African kinfolk. Never once. Now that's no shout out, no shot, disrespect to my African brothers and sisters, folks out there, and I can't say brothers and sisters so freely because a lot of y'all, you don't consider yourselves to be brothers and sisters with us. I've been told you don't consider yourself to be brothers and sisters with us, us black Americans, right, from America. I've been told by many African Americans, by many Africans, people from Africa, because I got a lot of folks out in New York, they from the motherland, straight from it, and I've been told by many of them, we are not the same. You are not African. See what I'm saying? And your grandmama told you that. Listen, just about every black person can truly say that you recall stories where your big mama, your aunties and them, your aunties and them, even your mama told you had Indian in your family. You had Indian in your blood. If they say you got Indian in your blood, then baby, you Indian. And that just basically means that you are black, indigenous. And I mean black as far as your hue, and it ain't even black. But that's for another video. But anyway, we were all told by them that we had we had Indian in our blood. And if you was told that you had Indian in your blood, then you are Indian. Straight like that, straight up, no chaser. Okay, so we look at these pictures right here. Now look at these. Now I just showed y'all the picture of the African man on the book, right? The first Americans were African. I just showed you a picture, right, of that man, and proved to you that this man was found here in America back in 1800s, right? He is an Indian. Okay, a black Indian, okay, a Native American, if that makes some of you feel comfortable. But that term came later, much later, all right? And if you don't believe me, big shouts out to Brother Dane Calloway. Y'all get on over there to Dane Calloway's channel. He break all that down and go all the way back and explains all that to y'all about how and when it got changed over to the term Native American. Okay, that was basically just to put them in so that they could put their offsprings and give them claim to the land, which goes back to the the Dow's Act and different things like this, but we just saw a picture of that man right now. Look at these people here. The Rise and Fall of Black Wall Street. Now another title that they gave Black Wall Street was Little Africa. Now let me make something clear before I move forward. Although I do know, because my grandparents, my big mama, my aunties and them, my mother told me, because her daddy told her, my granddad told us the story and the bloodline of our folk. So I don't denounce that part of my lineage. Okay, the Indian, all right, the Niji. But because of my research, this is based on my research, I cannot denounce that Africans are our distant cousins, because even the book that I just showed y'all by Dr. David Imhotep, he shows proof, and many other people have too. Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, shouts out, rest in peace, rest in power to the ancestor, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. He shows us proof, you understand what I'm saying, that because of the because of the bones, the weaponry, the pottery, we have roots in Africa, but it's distant. Our heritage is here, okay? Because, like I said, I can't recall nobody in my family ever giving mention of not a cousin in Africa. Not one said, yeah, you know, cousin Matumbe and them, you know, they coming over here from Africa, you know, they gonna be at the family reunion. And come on, man, like I told y'all in the first one, not one. Africans, people from Africa have been coming back and forth to the United States for years. But not ever once have anyone in my family ever said that our cousins from Africa, from the motherland, was coming to visit. Not one time out of all the family trips that we made plans for and took, did Africa ever come up as a place that we would want to go and vacation. Oh yeah, to see, to visit, you understand what I'm saying, to learn or just to visit, but never to meet the relatives, never to meet the kinfolk. But I do know for sure and for certain that it was always told we had Indian in our blood, we was Indians, and we had Indian in our blood, okay? And when I was coming up, throughout elementary school, grade school, I do remember how all the kids in my class, all the other melanated kids in my class, black kids in my class, was proud to say, my grandma told me I got Indian in my family, I got Indian in my blood, I'm Cherokee, I'm Choctaw, you know what I mean? You was proud to say that. And then it seemed like somewhere around the 90s, everybody just switched over. As we got older in our teens and coming out of high school, we got into this Black Power thing. We got into this whole, you know, out of Africa theory. You know, we jumped on that bandwagon, you know what I'm saying? The Marcus Garvey bandwagon and the Pan-African bandwagon, which I don't follow. I never did. And I don't follow today, and I won't follow that, because I know through research that many of these so-called leaders or scholars, and yes, they were scholars, okay, because the work that they brought, the information that they brought, it was unparalleled for the time. But this is a new day. This is a new day, and a new set of scholars have emerged. This is why I always give my flowers to brothers like Brother Dane Calloway, his sister Tanisha Calloway, people like Top Cat, people like Sister Bethany, Phoenix Moon, Chief Supreme, and to so many others out there. I give my flowers when it's due, I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater, ain't never been no hater. And at 52 years of age, about to be 53, I'm damn sure not gonna be no hater now. Okay? And what's the other elder? Oh, I just started really following her and checking her out. What's her name? Oh my goodness, I can't call her name. Mama something. I can't call her name, but I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll put it down in the script. But you know, I'm just stating the facts, okay? And if this offends anybody, which I know the people that it will offend in him, and does offend the most, okay? But like I said in part one, it was inevitable because this is what we were told throughout our youth. It wasn't until this whole propaganda of Pan-African and out of Africa theory was superimposed upon us and drilled into our psyche that we swayed or forgot about how Big Mama told us, you have Indian in your blood, baby. And then we swayed and went over to the other side. That's when it happened. That's hands down. Oh, okay, I want somebody to debate me on that. You can't. You cannot. Especially not if you black. You know what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, many of you out there, you know what I'm saying? You may feel differently. Maybe your big mama didn't tell you that. Maybe nobody told you that. And all of this is new to you. Well, if it is, buckle up, sit back and listen. Because as I go through this, re-educating myself, because education is a never-ending story. It never ends. You understand what I'm saying? Walk with me. Walk with me. Learn with me. Because here, I'm not going to shuck and jive you. You know what I'm saying? If it's a book that I can get to further educate myself, I get the book. If it's documentary, I get the documentary and I watch it and I watch it and I watch it, and I'm in my book. I'm in my notes and I'm jotting down notes and I'm jotting down notes. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm reading and I'm going back and I'm validating things. Always validate whatever you hear from me for yourself. I implore you to do that. It is imperative that you do that so that you will know. This information is for you and mostly for the babies. Because like I said, I just became a grandma. I just became a big mama, okay? And shouts out to my babies. Shouts out to my babies. You understand what I'm saying? Heaven and hope, okay? And my baby girl. All right, shouts out to my baby girl, Keisha. Shouts out to you, boo. Keep doing what you do, because she doing her thing, y'all. These are her first sets of babies. Her first babies, her first children. And she doing her thing, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. You understand what I'm saying? She's turned out to be a beautiful mother, and she turned out and grew up to be a beautiful young woman. Okay? And let me turn this heater off right here. Matter of fact, let me put my coffee down here, because I keep the coffee in front of the heater so it'll stay hot. Little trick I do, right? So, you look right here. These are obviously black folks. Obviously. And these are black folks just like that other brother I showed y'all on that other book cover was a black man. And these are our ancestors, again, coming out of Oklahoma. So how do Oklahoma tie into all of this? Now, for my more advanced viewers, then you know all of this. But then I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this mainly for my babies. Because I know that my grandbabies, I want them to know. I don't want them to get 50, 45 before they really know who they are. See what I'm saying? That's my job as they big mama. That's now my job. You understand what I'm saying? To instill in them their lineage and who they are the same way my big mama instilled it in me. And even if you stray from what was instilled in you as a child, the same thing goes with good values, self-respect, God, family, all of that. Sometimes we stray away from those things. Truly, sometimes we do. And we go out here in these streets and we get caught up with the wrong people and we get sucked in. And sometimes we go off and we get sucked in and we get involved in drugs and we become addicted to drugs. But if you come from truth, if you come from good stock, you always can go back home. You can always go back, and eventually you will go back. If these streets don't get to you first and kill you first, I hope it don't. You gonna make it back to Big Mama's house, right? You gonna make it back. And so I want my grandbabies to know. I want my mama to know the parts about her lineage that she may not have known. You understand what I'm saying? For whatever reason, we got a lot of elders out there, y'all, that they buried all this stuff and tucked it all away somewhere, way deep down into their subconscious. Why? Because of all the horrific things they had to witness growing up through the years, and they just buried it because they didn't want to deal with it no more. You understand what I'm saying? Because look, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. This is a rough, long, hard road. It's a hard road. And that's why so many of our brothers and sisters, they give up. They give up. And they don't want to even hear about that. They don't want to hear about that. You look at the young people out here today. They're going completely crazy. Completely out their mind. But whose fault is that? Many of them are 80 babies. They was born in that crack era. That crack came through and swooped through damn near every black hood, brown hood that I can remember. Listen, I'm a New York baby, like I told y'all. And I remember when that crack came. It was like, what the heck? I went outside one day and people that I've known ever since I was yay high was missing teeth and had lost dramatic amounts of weight. And I was like, what happened to everybody? That's what it seemed like. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, I'm stretching the truth a little bit here, but that's what it seemed like. It was overnight, and crack had hit the hood, and it sucked everybody up. I saw mamas just leave their babies, my friends that I was playing with, that I was coming up with. You know what I'm saying? Members of my little crew, my little homies, my little homegirls and homeboys, their mamas had just took off and took to the streets. You understand what I'm saying? I remember a friend whose mama was so bad off on that crack rock that she even tried to sell her one time to the man, to the crack man, so she could get a quick fix. But luckily, because I was the friend that I was, and I was the type of child that I was, the type of person that I was, I said, nah, we going with her. And we ain't let her go by herself. We was there. And when he tried to make any move, we was like, yo, back up, B. It's not that kind of party, man. What you think you doing here? Nah, her mother owed me. We don't care about none of that. You take that up with her. This right here, nah. It's not happening. It's not happening. Unless y'all ready to just kill us right here, or do what you gonna do to us right here. And it was me, her cousin, and some other friends. And yeah, we was younger, way younger than them. You understand what I'm saying? They was out there, so they was carrying that thing. You know what I'm saying? They had that burners. They had them burners on them. But we was like, no, this our sister, man. This ain't happening. No, unless you ready to catch a case, because that's what's gonna happen. You might as well just back up and we about to leave. We'll be leaving now. Well, tell such and such, forget it. The deal is off. Bro, she done smoked that. But you see, this is what friendship used to be. It used to be that. I'm old school, y'all, and I remember this. And then now look today. Look today, no loyalty today, man. There's no loyalty today, you know what I'm saying? It's no loyalty today, it's like we just completely forgot. So many of us, you know, that's why you see so many of us right now today, even at my age and older. And I ain't ashamed to tell it. We trying to get back to grandma's house. Because that's where it all began. Grandma told you, grandma told me. Why did we walk away from that? Same thing with a lot of family reunions, like I talked about in part 1. Used to have family reunions every summer until Big Mama and them, they got old and they passed on, transitioned. Family reunions died. Going to Big Mama's house, of course she's not here no more, that died, but somebody in the family could have carried that on, could have picked up that torch. A lot of my family went back home. They went back home to New York, down south, back home to the roots. But the ones of us that were still there, I could have carried that out, or another cousin that was old enough could have carried that out, kept that torch, passed that torch, and kept that going, kept that family camaraderie going. But we didn't. And then somewhere along the line, yo, the elders dropped the ball on us, man. They dropped the ball on us because there's too many babies out here running around right now that don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about who they are, what they are, where they from, where they mamas and them from. Look, I had a little girl tell me years ago when I asked her what her mama name was. She didn't even know her mama name. She just knew Mom. Okay? She didn't know her address, and she wasn't that young. She could talk. She could speak very well, smart little girl. But didn't know any of the essential things that she should have known. And when I see things like that, I say there's a problem. There's a problem. Why our babies out here acting like this? You know and I know. Big Mama would have never allowed this. Auntie and them would have never allowed this. They would have got after your ass. Man, we couldn't go nowhere without bumping into one of our family members, auntie or somebody, an older cousin. What y'all doing out here? Y'all better get back to that house. I know that. Y'all better get back on that block. I know that. If I tear your ass up right here in this street. I remember when mothers would come to the school, pull your pants down and beat you right in front of the class. Somebody say, well, now that wasn't right. That was child abuse. Man, listen, and the ones who say stuff like that, where your child at? What your child doing? Probably out there doing all the things that I'm talking about right now, that our young people out in the street doing right now. Going crazy. Just tearing everything down, including your own community, where you live. What do that solve? Where that get you? Where that get you? Nowhere. No store to go to. Baby need Pampers. You can't go get no Pampers. You gotta go way across town because you done tore down everything in your own town, your own neighborhood. And if you think it's a hood because we make them hoods. We make them hoods. Simple as that. We do. We make them hoods. See what I'm saying? But you know what? Getting back to what I was saying now, because I got a few things I want to talk about in this video, and I don't want to be here too long, although we might go past a half an hour, which I'm probably already past a half an hour mark. Matter of fact, let me check.